Is that Big John Buck? What's up, buddy?
Hey T, how are you? I feel honored to get to play a little quarantine catch with you. How are you, my friend?
Whew, how am I? I don't know, I've never been better. Outside of when we got traded over to the Royals, I got to spend 5 years of my career with you. Got to be the highlight of my career playing with a guy like you. What's new in your life these days?
All right, T? Getting a little old there, huh? Yeah, it was definitely the highlight of my career as well, playing all those years with you. Maybe it wasn't the highlight. I mean, losing 100 games every year, that gets tough, right? But after getting traded and then going to a few other teams and then them deciding they didn't want me either, we find ourselves here in the afterlife of baseball, huh? Recently, did a little run at professional long drive. Got good enough to where I can get ranked, but realized it probably wasn't going to work out. Those boys can move the ball pretty quick, move that club quick, and so I did a short stint there, but decided to rein back on the schedule. Mama went back to school. Prior to me ruining her life, she was valedictorian, and then made her follow me around the country. This little baseball gig I had going, let me do a little run at that. But now I'm kind of home, coaching Little League, doing the important things, passing the game along, and supporting Mama. What about you? I recently, I think you were, quoted as being the Italian Super League, or Italian superstar, or something like that. Tell me a little bit about that.
Ooh, Bucky, long-winded, are we? Cool story, though. Good catching up on everything in your life. Long drive, that's interesting. Looks like you've really let your body go, though. Those arms are looking pretty weak. Might want to get in the gym if you want to do some long drive. Italian baseball superstar, yeah. Check my Instagram. I was a big deal until I started playing. I wasn't all that good. Tell me about those mountains behind you. You ever climb one of those things?
Easy, T. Sorry. I'll keep it short. Yeah, I climbed that very mountain. Still recovering from it. It was a doozy. But with all the social distancing, I'm craving some interaction from a friend. So why don't you give me a story to pass the time? I love it, because you're really good at them clubhouse stories. We all want to laugh.
Oh, put me on the spot, man. Story from the clubhouse. I don't know, trying to keep these somewhat PG, but one good story. Back when we were in spring training, first time together, 2005, you'd already sealed up the starting catcher spot, and I was a third base prospect from the same trade. I wasn't supposed to make the team that year. They brought a couple guys in, and both of them got hurt, and I had a good spring. So there's about 3 days left in spring training. I'm out stretching before the game, getting ready, feeling good about myself. Tony Pena, our manager at the time, comes up and he says, "Hey, Teahen, you think you're ready for the big leagues?" And I'm young and cocky and doing well. And I'm like, "Yeah, I think I'm ready." And he just stared at me for like an uncomfortably long amount of time. And so I say to him, "Do you think I'm ready?" And he quickly answered, "No." And so I didn't know if he's kidding or what's going on. Go play the game, second guessing myself the whole time. Next day, same situation, out there stretching for the game. Not feeling as confident because my manager just told me the day before I'm not ready to play in the big leagues. He comes walking out with George Brett. He said, "Hey, George, Teahen tell you what I told him yesterday?" George says, "No." Pena tells him the story. They both laugh and they walk away again. I'm like, what's the answer here, guys? We got 2 days till we break camp. So as it played out, I ended up making the team first day in the big leagues, opening day. So all turned out great, but Pena, man, he messed with me, and George jumped right on board. You tell me a story, Buck.
Those are good, T. I got a couple stories. It's a good one. There's a story involved you, Brian Anderson in Cleveland. No, we can't tell that story. PG. All right, I got one. I got Buddy Bell ejected one time. It was at later innings of the game. I punched out on a bad call, which was, for the record, a bad call. But it was late innings, and we were up by one, and an older catcher should know that you just kind of deal with it, go. Maybe hit that pitch later to get that good strike, but I proceeded to argue. Buddy Bell came out like a good manager would, kind of got me out of the way. I went to put my stuff on, feeling validated. Buddy came down the stairs, proceeded to lay into me and tell me how wrong I was, and started to dog cuss me out. So I hurried and got my gear on and went running out there as he still continued to scream at me, and you know, call me by my last name with a couple letters off. And the umpire thought he was talking to him. So the umpire started to get increasingly angry. I was like, hey, he's talking to me. Easy, he's talking to me. Umpire's what? And he continued to get agitated because Buddy wasn't stopping. End up throwing Buddy Bell out of the game, getting ejected, and luckily we won the game. I think it softened the blow, but then I was getting undressed after the game and never won a game and felt scared of my manager. So end up getting called into his office, told me to come here right now. So I had to go there literally in my sliders into his office, threw a couple cold pops on the desk, and we proceeded to teach me the lesson. So that's my story about getting Buddy Bell ejected. So what else you got, T?
What do I got? Man, what don't I have? Got a beautiful wife, 3 great kids, a wine bar that only drives me crazy part of the time. Yeah, life's good, man. Had fun with you at Royals Alumni Fantasy Camp. You going back there next year?
Of course you do, you successful son of a gun. Yeah, I think I'll go as long as the great, powerful Dina decides I'm fit enough alumni to be there. It's always fun to hold kangaroo court with those guys, and again, it's a good excuse to be with you. Thanks again for inviting me to play quarantine catch with you, Mark. It's always fun chatting it up with you, bud. You take care.
Great catching up with you too, Bucky. Say hi to Brooke and them boys for me. Look forward to doing this again sometime.